Hello, Patreon subscribers. I'm going to do a video just for you all today. And I recently just put it up, as a matter of fact, using rootless voicings for the blues in the key of C. And I'm just going to do it now in the key of, let's do it in the key of G. I don't think I've ever done this before. So here we go. There's G. There's our guide tones. Here's our 3-note voicing. Here's our 4-note voicing, okay? And here's our blues scale. And also you can use like the E blues scale as well. But you have to be, selective on where to use it. Like it works well in G, like that. But when you get to C, the B doesn't work so good. So back to the other blues scale. And you can mix up the notes too. So if you combine both scales together, you'd have how many notes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 notes. So I'm leaving out 3 notes. I'm leaving out that one, and that one. No, that one. All right. So that's the flat 9. Not going to use that. This is the flat 13, or the augmented note there. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use the major 7th. Though those notes can be used also, like, all right? All right, it's as a passing tone. Or this way. See, I used the E flat there. And this one, I don't know. Let's see what I can do for that. Yeah, just use it as a passing tone. But let's stick to the notes that are basically in one of the 2 blues scales, and that would be this. All right. All right, so start with the guide tones first. Okay, let's add the 3rd note. Now, in the video I did before, we added the sharp 9 at that point. But you see, in the key of C, we started off here. In the key of G, that would have to be either, to use the same chord, we'd have to be either way up here or way down here. So I took like the F chord and used that as my chord shape to start off on G. And to add the sharp 9, it just doesn't seem to work, does it? I mean, you could make it work by making sure that note is there. But the 3-note way is to go this way, G, and then C, and then G, and then G with a flat 13, and very conveniently, it goes down to C for our next 2 bars. So here we go from the top, C, G, and we're going to flat that 13. Then down to C. Here we're going to start the move, G. Well, let's not do the move. Let's just go from G up to a minor 3rd. You could call that an E chord. And then our 2-5-1 chromatic, A, D, and back to G. See? All right. I remember one time I could only have been about 22 or 23. I was playing with a band, and I want to say I was the only white guy in the band, but there may have been another guy. I can't remember now. It was a really good band, though. The Wonderful World of Charlie Brown and Yvonne, and we played at the Michigan Inn in Detroit for at least a month, I think. And Lou Rawls came in one time when we were rehearsing. But anyway, went over into Motown area where in somebody's house they were having like a jam session, but it was like a, it was more like a club. People. I don't know if you paid to get in, but and it was the typical situation. There was a trio and a whole line of horn players all waiting to take a solo, and I remember this so distinctly. The piano player just did that every single turnaround, and it just sounded so great to my 22-year-old ears. And it still sounds great. So that's going to be our turnaround: G, E or B flat, whatever you want to call it, A or E flat, either one, D or A flat. Those are the tritone substitutions for the bass player. But you don't have to think about that. You just go like this. All right, so here's the blues. Then we'll start the move. See, it's like the turnaround, but slower. Now here's the turnaround, same thing but quicker. All right, so I'll shut up and play one now. 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Patreon subscribers. Hope to get a few more this month, but I do appreciate those of you that have stuck with me. It's been a little dry spell lately in the videos, but you never know. Sometimes I get on a hot streak, sometimes I'm not. I have been working on some other projects too. I've got a debutante ball coming up where I've got to learn like 40 songs with the band just to do 45 minutes of each one, but it's got to sound like the record. So I'll be doing a lot of programming on my Yamaha and Kurzweil synthesizers, and maybe I'll share some of that stuff on the YouTube channel. So stay tuned. Thank you, folks. See you again.